Oh, all right. So start us off. Want to talk about our boy Lavar Ball. Yeah. So in less than 24 hours, he had two stories come up today. So he had the first one was that the Lakers so they made a rule. Supposedly it was already a rule, but it's preventing the media from interviewing family or friends after the game. And then so of course the news media is calling it the LeVar Ball rule. And then you have him today pulling LiAngelo. That's the one that stole stuff in China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, LiAngelo. Jello. So
Pop.
his father is taking him out of school because the school suspended him for, of course, the shoplifting. So he's supposed to be suspended for like 2 months. And so his dad said that it's uncalled for. And so he's pulling him out because he think he can get him to the league by himself.
LeVar is the most reckless good father I've ever seen. Like, he's a good dad, but he's so reckless. Like
he believes in his kids. Great.
Like,
the
he
way he
supports
goes
them,
about it,
but he's
not
so
so
reckless.
great.
It's why you're suspending my child for stealing in China on a school trip with the basketball team. I'm pulling them out of school. I'm gonna get him to the league. That boy going straight to the G League.
This is LeVar Ball. This is his this is his attitude. So I'm gonna marry me a fly, honey. And I'm gonna have me some kids. And ain't nobody gonna tell me how to raise my kids.
No, word is mine. That's what he
That's
said.
LeVar, man.
That's what he said, though. He said when he saw his
He
wife.
had it in his mind how he was gonna raise his kids, and nobody was gonna tell him.
Right, he
otherwise.
said his wife was tall, she was fine, so he was like, "Oh, I'm about to bag her."
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly. He was like, and we're gonna have
some
athletic
tall kids, some athletic kids, and we're gonna be in the league. And that was his mindset.
Yeah, he believes in speaking things into existence, like to the nth degree.
Yes.
He was like, I told y'all my son was gonna be drafted number 2 on the Lakers, and look what happened.
They gonna get that ball, and they gonna get that ball.
Gonna get that ball.
But like, so he has for his children, he has like delusions of grandeur, like because, all right, so Lonzo, yeah, he's a decent guard right now.
This is John talking as a Laker fan.
Yeah, this is definitely talking as a
true.
Laker fan, and I admit that Kyle Kuzma is much better than Lonzo
Much
is.
better.
So Lonzo's not even the best rookie on his team, but that's neither here or there.
Not in best
But
in the league.
his father, LeVar, thinking that LiAngelo is going to make it to the league at 6'5", I think he like 230 or something like that. Like he's kind of trash, bro.
He
Like
chunky.
Like, bro, like LiAngelo is one of those cats that has to stay in the league 4 years to develop, and then maybe he'll stay in college and play, and then maybe he'll make it eventually to the league. But he'll be one of those ones that doesn't get drafted. He tries to make it in the G League, and he just fades out. Like that's his career.
I mean, he'll go overseas. Something.
Nah, his dad ain't gonna have him going overseas, bro.
I mean, my dad not gonna have me going overseas.
Hey,
I mean, because he
your
can't.
dad had you going number 2 in the draft.
Where he ain't gonna play in China. That's for sure now.
Your dad had you getting overlooked by other people because of his mouth.
Australia, he got Europe.
Your dad had himself not being allowed to be talked to in the Staples Center because of the stuff that he was saying. He was, I don't like the way he coaching my son.
Right.
It's like,
And then last week he said that, and then he was
bitty
critiquing
basketball.
after the game, talking about, so if Julius Randle had passed the ball out to his son, then he could have made like the game-winning shot against the Warriors or whatever. Like, bro, have you seen your son's shooting percentage? I don't think he would have made a layup, bro,
3 air balls
if he was wide open, huh?
Oh, was that Steph Curry?
I'm gonna say, I still think Lonzo. First of all, he's a rookie, man.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah,
it's
fine.
just too
I
much
think he'll be
pressure
better
or
than
attention
all-
on
I
him.
think he'll be better than
Like,
him.
they're really critiquing every single game.
Yeah, you're not doing that to any other rookie.
Yeah, if his
but
dad,
but
if his
again,
dad wasn't his
that's
dad,
his dad's fault.
It would have been like, oh, Lonzo, he's gonna get better. He'll be fine.
Right.
Chuck him.
But because as a rookie, he's he's doing great. Honestly, if we were like really looking at it from a rookie
And he only played
standpoint,
1 year in college.
he's doing great.
One and done.
That's real. He only did 1 year in college.
So it's
The
like,
man is flirting with a
he's
triple double almost every night.
He's basically a high school player, if we're honest.
He's almost flirting with a triple double every night.
He just paying for the sins of his
I
father.
give he's paying the sins of the father, man.
That's gonna be his 30-30.
The sins of the father.
30 for 30.
30 for 30.
Oh, they're for sure 30 for 30.
They're on
Like-
Facebook Watch right now.
Well, they in season 2 already.
They
Right?
in season 2. Season 1 ended 2 weeks ago. I was like, y'all, I don't think y'all got this television thing down, Daddy. Y'all ain't give us no break. Y'all just okay. I'm not mad. I watched it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
What's next? What else we talking about? Sports?
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about your squad, your Giants.
The Giants, one, sending Eli, and 2, firing
Bob McAdoo.
Bob McAdoo.
His name is Ben.
Is it Ben? I thought it
He
was
like
Bob.
He's gonna be Bob.
He's
He'll
gonna
be
be Bob.
Bob.
He's Bob.
He's Bob. He's Bob.
He said they twin infinity, so his name is Bob.
He is two in it. They are two in infinity. Eli cried. So okay, so here's the deal.
They not even playing, and they still losing
Here's the
now.
deal. I don't care about the Giants this year.
That's hard. That's hard to hear from you.
Why?
I don't know. You support.
You a Giants
support
fan.
them,
I am
man.
a Giants fan, but I'm not a fan of losing. I don't like that. I don't watch that. I saw my dad during Thanksgiving. He was like, "This is the most football I watched all year." And they 11 games in. This is the most football I watched.
Are they
all
2-9
year.
now?
No, they 2
They 2 and 10,
2
I
in
think.
infinity. Like I said, it don't matter. They're not going in. So let's back up. So Eli, he lost his starting position, and he was crying.
Bro, he was headed
First
for
of
the
all,
bro. He
bro.
was headed for the record, bro. That Brett Favre had with most consecutive starts, bro. And they sat
He
him
just got
down.
surpassed last week from the number 7 spot of like most touchdowns ever. Like, so y'all don't tell me Eli is not elite. He just got a garbage offensive line, and his team is just
Not a
trash.
garbage team,
But
bro.
also, Eli, here's my thing. If you listening, I like it.
I don't know if I call
love
that
it.
man elite.
You can't spell elite without Eli.
Man, listen,
You can't.
that's just by accident.
Just by accident.
That's just by accident.
You don't think his father was like a
His-
LaVar Ball before anybody?
Nah, his
He's the
dad-
epitome
Bro,
of the
first
LaVar
of
Ball.
all,
If his dad was
he
thinking about
did
this,
that.
He's who LaVar aspires
Didn't
to
he
be.
do that
If
for
his dad
Eli
was
in the
re-
draft? He was like, "Who's gonna take him?"
the Chargers.
And he was like,
Nah.
"No, y'all not taking my son. My son's gonna play for the Giants." Went to the Giants, got 2 rings.
Yeah, his father did do that.
So,
Yeah, Eli's 37 years old. How much longer do you think you could start at that position? Playing the way that we've been playing.
but is that his fault? though?
Only passing to Odell. Don't know how to pass to nobody else. I'm like, Dad, you act like you didn't win 2 rings without Odell.
Yeah.
I'm
Crazy
sorry.
game,
I'm sorry you crying and all of that stuff, but come on, bro. We 2 and 10. Are you serious?
But
Here's
my
they
thing.
probably the GM
My thing.
probably was like, "Oh
Why
no, you didn't
now?
sit down." I bet Eli started next game.
why
I
now?
bet Eli
Yeah,
started
yeah,
next
they already
game.
put that
Why
That's
now?
why he got fired.
They already put it up.
Y'all
That he started
2
this
and
game.
10?
He did.
Yeah, they already put it up. They put it out today.
You
Eli,
You don't sit down, Eli. You don't sit him down. We'll sit you,
But
down.
why
before we
now,
sit
man?
down.
You 2 and 10. Finish the season, bro. Give
No,
him that.
I'm
Well, y'all
37.
not going in the playoffs with 2 and 10.
I'm 37. Let me rest. Well, he don't want to
Did he
rest.
let you wanna
He not
rest?
thinking like that. He not thinking like that.
That was a kindergarten
I
cry,
ain't get
bro.
the record. I ain't get the
Somebody
record for
stole
the
his
most
crayons.
consecutive games played. Oh, man. That's the one thing that I would have over Peyton. So, bye, Ben
Shoot,
McAdoo.
It might be. Dang.
Huh?
It might be the one thing.
So he stopped calling the plays because he's the offensive coordinator. Ben, he stopped calling the plays. The moment he stopped calling the plays, we won a game.
Oh.
It was like, all right, what else?
all right, so staying in the NFL, and we could talk more, I guess, social issues. So I think it was either last week or the week before, NFL, they agreed to pay. I think it was a little under 100 mil. It was like 89 mil.
Over
Yeah.
the next, 6 years.
For
Yeah,
CT.
to organizations that are contributing to social injustice.
To stop these dudes from kneeling during the end.
It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. That's not what we wanted.
That's nothing, bro.
That's not what
nothing.
kneeling was for.
That's nothing. Even if it was for that, Roger Goodell is asking for a $50 million raise. You're fine. That's not enough.
I think he just took it. Didn't he just take it?
No,
I think
they
they
gotta
already
vote for
agreed
that.
to it. Did
Yeah,
they already
he got
agree
it.
to I think they already agreed.
What
to
is he
it.
doing? He's not doing nothing for the
He
league.
getting booed every time he come out on somebody's field.
He don't care.
He don't care. He was like $50 million. $50 million.
He like
Y'all can boo
he
me.
feeding off the madness.
So what was it? It was 50. It was 50 mil. He
It was
wanted his
50
own jet. He
mil,
wanted his
health
private
insurance.
jet and lifetime health insurance. I
Yeah,
think it
lifetime
was.
health insurance.
Why do we know this man's contract?
ESPN, bro. Nothing's safe. Nothing is safe, bro.
But here's my thing. That's what they do. That's what they do out here. They were like, oh, let's give them something to like to
It's
not
hush money.
think. It's hush
It
money.
is hush money.
Let's give you something to not think about. And that's why, like, if somebody brought up the argument because they were trying to give Colin Kaepernick a job, and he was like, he was like, I'll be quiet, but I still stand for what I stood for, or what I knelt for, and all of that stuff. It's like, bro, if you take a job now, you a clown.
Mm-hmm.
You a clown, bro. You was like, I'm not gonna kneel anymore. You weren't. They changed the narrative from that thing. They changed it from I'm kneeling because of what this country should stand for. I'm kneeling because I don't believe in what is being communicated. I don't believe that's being put into action in our society. That's why I'm kneeling. What do? Oh, you better stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. This country is the greatest
soldiers
country.
that
Listen,
done died.
I'm saying this country isn't holding up to its job. It's not holding up to these truths that you hold to be self-evident.
I mean, but it wasn't
Changing the
for-
narrative. So here you are giving us $89 million.
$89 million, bro.
No, keep that in-house. And for all these people that you saying that you're going to suspend for doing that type of stuff, give us that money for the people
Nah,
who
if you
need.
talking about, we're going to give $89 million a year because you can afford it. If you can afford to give him a $50 million raise that he does not need. Because I think his collective salary is like high. I think they did just a poll on it, and he has, I think he's maybe third or fourth highest paid person in sports.
Who is?
Roger Goodell. In sports, period.
In football, too, which is like the lowest.
In sports, bro. They measured NBA, everybody. So you don't need any more money to do. But what are you doing, bro? You're not doing nothing.
Nobody's asking for money. We asking for justice. So it's like, but again, it's that systemic type of issue. Here's what we're going to do. Because for black people, not saying every black person in the world, but a lot of racial injustice comes from like social status and stuff like that as well. So you flash some money at people who ain't never had it. I mean, it's like, okay, like let me be quiet for this. Let me be quiet for my family. Which is why it was crazy when Des Bryant, he was like, I gotta support my family and stuff, so I'm not gonna kneel and this, that, and the third. So like that's why it's a protest. It's like these people that are like, I'm going to sacrifice this because for the greater good. You know what I'm saying? You like, I gotta hold this to be more important than if I get my daughter a new Porsche this week or whatever.
Yeah,
you know
which
what I'm
is
saying?
not necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
so-
crazy staying on that topic too is like, so ESPN was watching First Take last week, and they were talking about because Trump is on like a whole thing talking about the NFL and how they should ban players if they or suspend players if they kneel and all that. And so they did like a poll, and ESPN talked about it, where it was like 70% of people who took this poll were saying that they want like Trump to just stop like in talking about the NFL and just talk about stuff that actually matters.
I don't understand. Like, how does he have so much time? So here's my theory.
I knew he was gonna come up at some
Here's
point.
my theory. I think that Trump tweets when he's in the bathroom.
It's like
So that's quite often.
that,
Yeah.
so yeah, that guy.
So he just sitting in that mud here, bro.
I'm
all
taking
day.
a grumpy. Leave me alone.
Grumpy.
I'm taking a grumpy.
A grumpy, bro.
Grumpy.
I believe he tweets when he's in the bathroom because I don't think he has any other time to actively be on his phone when people aren't in front of him talking to him, or he's supposed to be working on something.
It's like, damn, I'm going to the bathroom.
So I believe.
Hey, give us your phone, man.
I believe he tweets when he's in the bathroom. And for the life of me, I do not understand why they don't deactivate Twitter, like just block it from getting on his phone.
Didn't somebody do that?
Yeah, somebody on their
Somebody from
at
Twitter on their last day
of
of work deactivated his account. He lied.
It was no accident. How you deactivate somebody joined by accident?
You know how many steps you gotta go through to click deactivate
Yes.
and confirm that you really want to do this?
Tripped over this and over this, over the settings, tripped over the deauthorize button, tripped over. Oh man,
It was a hard fall.
shoot! You tripped the president of the United States Twitter by accident.
Yeah, so.
Supposed to talk about this tonight, but Twitter's not going to deactivate Trump because Twitter also doesn't deactivate a whole bunch of people who exist on Twitter.
Well,
who
Twitter
need
low-key
to
doesn't have
be
any money right now. anyways.
Deactivated.
So they not going to deactivate him because no, they
Twitter doesn't even follow their own guidelines. Like,
Yeah.
I see my personal friends have so much slander in their mentions from like blatant racists and like skinheads.
Right.
And
But
they'll
you gotta
report it
report
in
him.
Twitter.
Ain't
They
nobody
report it.
reporting Trump. Y'all report Trump, man.
We report Trump every day.
So, the crazy thing
Y'all
about
need to go in the
those,
reporting,
And then Twitter's
reporting
like,
spree.
we're sorry, this is not.
even those
we
reports,
cannot
right?
deactivate this.
People like
This does not violate any
individually
guidelines.
sit
Yeah,
down
they
and go
do.
through them. They're not gonna deactivate him because once you report somebody, like an actual person does the work.
It's okay.
To look at it.
It's okay. Like here's the issue though. He's not saying anything that a regular person wouldn't say or couldn't say. It's the fact because it's not like overtly
But
racist.
you're not a regular person.
Yeah,
anymore.
like you're not.
It's
We
done.
mad because it's the president saying this crazy stuff.
Like, that ship is sailed, bro.
Just got y'all keep reporting Trump, man. See what
It doesn't matter. So what's gonna happen, right? So like when you report somebody, it goes to whoever Twitter or Facebook's office, and an actual person has to review it, like a person. So once they see it's him, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's Donald.
It's Donald. It's Donald.
It's fine."
It's not fun, Donald.